Hello again. Welcome if this is your first time joining, and welcome back if you've joined before. It's Be the Prophet. I'm ready to give you another 5-card spread. Set an intention for this reading. You already know what you want this reading to clarify, and I am cooperating with you. This is a mutually beneficial reading. Already, the Chariot right out of the gate. We have some fast moving energy. That's good. Let's see which way it's moving. Comment below if you make additional connections. Use your intuition as I'm pulling the cards. This way, the collected will benefit from the collective intuition. So we said we had the Chariot out, and the moon is almost done. Thank you. Oh, another major arcana, the High Priestess. Oops, that was my bad. I cut my finger on glass. The funny thing is, I knew I was going to cut it, but I didn't think I would cut it as bad as I did, so I just kept doing what I was doing as like acceptable loss. Didn't even hurt though. So it was funny all the way around. It was one of the best days I had. And the cut was not even a snafu. Anyway, speaking of the High Priestess, so we have the Chariot to the High Priestess. It almost looks like the Chariot is running towards the High Priestess. There we go. We have the 10 of Fire. The 10 of Fire. Let me just move these cards down a little bit. Ten of Fire is usually an indication of an ending and a beginning. Here we have our last two cards. An ending and a beginning. An ending of working too hard. Another major arcana, the Emperor. And then we have the One of Fire. So go ahead and take a look at this Chariot card. Notice if your intuition is speaking to you as well at this moment. I'm being drawn to the sparkles at the bottom of the Chariot. It kind of reminds me of, the thought that I'm going to is of Santa's sleigh. I don't know why different cards keep making me think of Santa's sleigh, especially when I'm way too old to believe in Santa. But I think it has more to do with what Santa represents. He brought toys to the girls and boys whose families couldn't afford them. So it was more like the idea of a miracle coming in. And then we had the High Priestess. And here in this card, I'm drawn to her dress actually turning into water and running over. Of course, the High Priestess represents intuition. But it also, in this case, to me, with the Chariot, is giving me the sensation of coming in alignment to the soul's true desire. With the 10 of Fire, otherwise known as the 10 of Wands, you may have had tendencies to overwork. And I'm hearing work smarter, not harder. Work smarter. I'm not hearing not harder. I'm hearing work smarter. Okay, and then we had the Emperor come out. The Emperor represents how you work smarter, actually. The Emperor represents logic and organization, and this is the key to increasing your success. And finally, we have the One of Fire, also known as the Ace of Wands, rather. So this is an opportunity coming in. So there's going to be an opportunity for you to use your strength of logic and organization to put behind you hard work. Hard work, or allow you to work smart. Yes, allow you to work smart. And this is what you have been putting together, component by component, step by step. You've been building or desiring exactly what you want by sorting and sifting through your work life so far. So the opportunity that's coming in is tailor-made. That's the word, tailor-made. Okay, let's see if we can get clarification on the Ten of Fire. Clarification on the Ten of Fire. The Star. Again, wishes granted. Miracles. This is what the Star card represents. A balance between the emotions and the material. A situation where there is balance. And then we have two more cards coming out. It's the Ten of Wands again and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands represents very intuitive. It represents flow. Flow. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands has the affirmation: I have courage and confidence in my intuition and instincts. The Knight of Wands comes in very quickly. The thing about this Ten of Wands in this particular deck is the look on the avatar's face. It's not a look of fear. It's more a look of compassion. So I feel that whatever is burdening you, it's not malicious on the part of whomever is doing, makes you feel somewhat burdened. It's all they can do. It's all they know how to do, is the feeling that I'm getting. So we have the Star card and the Knight of Wands sandwiching the Ten of Wands, clarifying itself. Let's see if we can get a message directly from Spirit using this deck of cards. Is there a thank you. Is there a message I was going to ask, and Spirit already knew, that would further clarify the reading? And the advice is to be of service. Be of service. The guidebook talks about this card a little bit, and it cautions you to remember that anytime you are being of service, not only will that come around again to you as your good karma, but it also reminds us to remember to be of service to ourselves. The old adage of putting your oxygen mask on first. Being overworked, being overburdened does not benefit the people whom you serve, because you burn out quickly, or you're not giving all that you can give because you don't have it to give. So make sure when you are being of service that you delegate, where it's possible, you ask for help. You don't try doing it all yourself to preserve yourself so that you can be there the next day and the day after that. So that's a word of advice from this, the creator of this deck of cards. I just want to take a look and see if there's anything else that I'm seeing. The indication of time, both in both of these cards, we have just before the new moon. Just before the new moon. So this may have been something that was started just before the last new moon, and you're going to see indications of it as the new moons pass. So in just days after that, and then before the next new moon, the opportunity will be obvious to you. Is there anything else? I think that's it. That's all I have for you today. Take this reading however it resonates for you. Look forward to the components of this message coming forward in the hours, days, and weeks just ahead of you. That's how the law of attraction works. And until next time, remember, you and you alone create your reality.